Hello designers, this is the part 2 of the rose flower balloon dress tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to draft your rose flower patterns and how to use those patterns to make this beautiful rose flower design detail that you see. So join me in this tutorial. To start with, we are going to need four pattern pieces for our rose flower petals. Okay, and I'm going to show you exactly how to achieve all of these. We are going to need circles for the petals 2, 3 and 4. So because I had these bulbs, circular bulbs around, I chose to use them instead. You can choose to cut your circles like the way we cut flay, all right, but I choose to use these bulbs. So if you have similar bulbs with similar diameters, you can choose to use that instead. All right, so once you've identified that the diameters work for you, all right, you just draw them out the way you see me do. All right, and then you cut out your circles for each of the petals. All right, so this brings up the question of at what diameter are you supposed to cut your circles at? The answer to those questions will depend on the size of your first petal, which is what we are going to draft right now. So you need a piece of paper. You draw a straight line in between like that, and then you draw out your starting point. Okay, find the midpoint of this paper like this. I want here to be the tip of it. Now the first petal looks like a pyramid. Okay, the length you saw me mark was 7 inches, and so we are first going to draw something that looks like a pyramid. Seven inches, the length of it, and then the width from the center to one side of it is about 4.5 inches. Okay, I wanted to make it a bit wider, so I opened it up with almost 0.5 inches, and then I slanted the line like that. That line is no longer needed. Okay, and so what we've done for this side, we are going to do the same for the opposite side. You can choose to use the half pyramid. Okay, you can choose to use it on fold, all right, like that, without drawing this other side, but this is how I did it. Okay, so I repeated the whole process on this other side also. I noticed that the width of this other side seemed wider, and so I closed it up a bit. Now the first petal doesn't have sharp edges like this. Okay, and so we are going to work on it. I'm going to first do that with my pencil. All right, I think I noticed that this side was also longer than it had to be, so this second line is no longer needed. As you can see, I erased it. Now we are going to draw out the actual form of our petal. Like I said, it's not so sharp edges like this pyramid that you see, so you curve it from the tip to the bottom, and then from here you straighten it out like that. So you can choose to cut your petal with this first fold. Okay, so I'm making it more vibrant with my marker. This is it. This is the shape of the first petal. Like I said, you can choose to cut this half of it. Watch carefully the areas that I am cutting. So after cutting this side, I just flip it over so that the other side is the same shape as the first side. So you cut out, and this is pretty much it for our first petal. Very simple, and it's exactly as it is on the thumbnail. So here we have it. Now that we know the size of our petal, we can now go on ahead to identify the diameter at which you are supposed to cut our petals. So for the second one, the diameter was 6 inches. The third one, the diameter was 5 1/4, 5 2/4, and then for the fourth one, it was 4 inches. So after using the diameter to cut out your circles, we are going to straighten out the base of the petals. This is for the third petal. This is for the second petal, sorry, I meant. And then I folded it in from the base with 2 inches. And then I cut it out. Now this one, this is the smallest, is for the fourth petal. I noticed that I'm going to need to reduce this petal a bit, okay, so that it will be larger than the smaller one in height, because it seems that their height is almost the same. Okay, and so I decided to draw out another half circle using that as a template, and so that's what you see me doing. Let's fast forward a bit. After going through the hassle, I realized the curve wasn't how I wanted it to. Okay, but before that, let's cut out the last piece. I think I folded it with about almost 1 inch. So I decided to work further on the third piece. Okay. So here is our pieces 1, 2. This is the third piece, which I'll be working further on, and this is the fourth piece. So here we are. I cut out another circle, laid that pattern I didn't like on top of it, and then decided to cut it out the way you see me doing. And so that was that. Once your pattern is drafted, you want to interface the fabric you're going to be using. You're going to need to cut 6 pieces for each of the pattern pieces. All right, 6 pieces for each of the pattern pieces. So that's what you're going to see me doing from here on out. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. So you align them all and then you cut them out. You will need to cut 2 pieces for the stand, the flower stand. Okay, I used this to cut it out. The diameter, I believe the diameter can be about maybe 2 inches. 2 2/4. All right, but very much less than 3 inches. And then I went out to draw out what would be the seam allowance, because we're going to be sewing it all around. Okay, sewing allowance, yes, sewing allowance. I added sewing allowance of 1/2 inches. So you have it like this, and you're going to sew it all around. So here are our pieces. Our petal pieces, we're going to sew it with without sewing the base of it, the straight base of it. You're not going to sew the straight part. All right, for the circular and petals, you're going to sew it without also sewing the straight part. So this is how I sew. You're going to sew your first petal. Okay, mark a straight line from the midpoint. Then go out here with 2.5 inches. Go out here with 2.5 inches. This will give you the starting point and the end point of the straight line. It's so easy to miss it, so be sure to do it this way. I used my pinking shears to trim off a bit off of the sewing allowance. Okay, and so I just have to flip it inside out, iron it, and it will give me a very sleek curve. So that's what you see me, turn it inside out and then iron. This is what you see me doing. So for the flower, the rose flower stand, after sewing it all around, you're going to cut a piece from the center point of one side, flip it inside out. Once that is done, you're going to iron out all your pieces. This is what it should look like. Very nice, very neat. So initially when I was doing it, I sewed the straight part with a basting stitch using my hand. Now I want to add that you want to only do this if you don't want to if you don't want the center. You see there is another petal, a different petal at the center. If you don't want that and you want to maybe use beading for the center, that's the only time you're going to use the basting stitch, the gathering stitch, to gather it all into a circle. Okay, but if you want to have it exactly as it is on the thumbnail, you're not going to gather them like that. So I'll show you just how to do it. But before that, let's cut out our center petal. All right, you want to cut it on bias, just as you see me doing. And then you're going to curve the edge. So it becomes necessary to know what length we are supposed to cut this center petal at, right? So once all is said and done, you are going to sew. You're going to sew it all around. Okay, you're going to sew it all around, and then you're going to use your hand to gather it. Sew gathering stitch. All right. You should know that the length should, once all is said and done, the length should be about 12.5 inches. So you gather it because you're going to pull it. All right, pull it to form the flower at the center, the flower piece at the center. All right, so once you are done gathering it, you're going to be folding it in this way, and you're going to be stitching it in place, stitching it to hold it, secure it in place. It's very important. You don't want to fold it all before you stitch it. It will come undone and it wouldn't look as nice as it has to. So be stitching it as you fold it, right, until it gives you something like this. Very beautiful. This is what will go into the center. Now let's do this the right way, how it's actually supposed to be done. You're going to secure the center petal onto the stand. As you see, I have already secured it. You're going to secure it with your needle and thread. All right, once that is done, you're going to sew onto the stand the first petal, which is the one that looks like a pyramid, just as you see me doing. So you can gather the straight base of it, and then you're going to secure it to the flower stand. Okay, just as you see me doing. Now we are securing the third petal. You need to take your time with this, okay, so that you don't stitch the petals together with the center petal. Please take your time, slow and easy. All right, slow and easy. So as you sew it, be sure to cut out or cut away any lingering thread. All right, so we are now going in with our second petal. So you secure it. I want to add that I realized that the petals were going to be too much, and so I took out the third petal, the one with the 5 to 4th inches in diameter. Okay, I took that part out, and so I had 3 petals instead of 4, but you can choose to do as you wish. All right, so after securing all of the petals and stitching it with my machine, I went into actually hand stitch the 4th one because it became too thick for even the machine to hold together without me stitching it onto the centerpiece flower petal. So I decided to go in with my hand and do the stitching of the last petal, which is the 4th petal. Okay, so it was necessary to actually eliminate one of the petals, which was the 3rd one. Yes. So take your time and do this. I promise you, if you use this tutorial, you're going to get a very beautiful fabric rose flower. All right, that looks exactly as it is on the thumbnail. I think because of my camera quality, you can't actually see the actual beauty of the rose flower. It came out very beautifully. So please use this method. Please, at this point, if you haven't liked this video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please, I beg of you, what are you waiting for? Subscribe. Give me a subscription, please, I beg of you. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe for more tutorials from me. Give this video a like, share it to someone who needs it. All right, thank you so much for watching. Let's continue to do this then. So once your rose flower is ready, you're going to secure it to your dress with your needle and thread in a way that shows an invisible stitch. Thank you so much.